Welcome back to PS Choudhary. Here is something about India that most people take for granted, but that has very deep constitutional significance. You are not a citizen of Maharashtra. You are not a citizen of Tamil Nadu. You are not a citizen of Delhi. You are a citizen of India. One citizenship, one country. No matter which state you were born in, which state you live in, or which state you work in, you hold one single Indian citizenship that gives you the same rights everywhere in the country. This seems obvious now, but it was actually a deliberate and important constitutional choice, and understanding why it was made will help you answer UPSC questions much more effectively. India is a federal country. Power is divided between the center and the states. The states have their own governments, their own legislators, their own police, their own taxation. In many federal countries, this kind of strong state identity translates into separate citizenship at the state level as well. The United States is the clearest example. In the United States, you have both federal citizenship and state citizenship. You are a citizen of the United States of America, and you are also simultaneously a citizen of the specific state you live in, say Texas or California. The 14th Amendment to the American Constitution established this dual citizenship model. State citizenship in the United States carries its own rights and privileges that can vary from state to state. India chose a fundamentally different path. The Constitution established single citizenship. Every person who is a citizen of India is a citizen of the whole country, with the same fundamental rights everywhere. There is no separate concept of being a citizen of Gujarat or being a citizen of Uttar Pradesh. The Citizenship Act of 1955 reinforces this by having one national law on citizenship with no state-level variation. Why did India make this choice? The primary reason was national unity. India was a newly independent country, deeply divided along lines of religion, language, caste, and region. The trauma of partition was fresh. The concern was that if states had their own citizenship, they might use it to discriminate against people from other states, or to create barriers to internal migration, or to foster regional identities so strong that they threaten national cohesion. By making citizenship purely national, the Constitution made every Indian equally welcome in every part of the country. Your fundamental rights travel with you wherever you go in India. This single citizenship connects directly to two fundamental rights you should remember. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause D gives every citizen the freedom to move freely throughout India. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause E gives every citizen the right to reside and settle in any part of India. Both of these freedoms make sense only in a single citizenship framework. If states had their own citizenship, a state could refuse to allow non-state citizens to reside there. Single citizenship prevents this. But there is a real tension that has emerged in practice. Several state governments have passed laws giving preference to local residents in government employment. Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, and Karnataka have all attempted domicile requirements for certain jobs. These laws say that people who have been resident in the state for a certain number of years should be given preference or reservations in state government employment. The Supreme Court has struck down several such laws as violations of Article 16, which prohibits discrimination in public employment on the grounds of place of origin or place of residence. The constitutional principle is clear. Single citizenship means equal rights throughout India. Employment in any state should be equally accessible to all Indian citizens. But the political pressure behind these domicile laws is real. Large-scale migration from poorer states to economically developed states creates genuine anxieties among local populations about competition for jobs. The Constitution says every citizen has equal rights. But the economic reality creates pressure on state governments to protect local employment. This tension between the constitutional principle of single citizenship and the political reality of state identity and economic competition is ongoing and unresolved. For UPSC mains, this tension is a rich area for analysis. Now here is your MCQ for today. Which of the following correctly describes the concept of citizenship in India as compared to the United States of America? Option 1. India has dual citizenship like the United States, where a person is a citizen of both their state and the nation. Option 2. India has single citizenship borrowed from the United Kingdom model, where every citizen holds only one national citizenship with no separate state citizenship. Option 3. India has single citizenship borrowed from the United States model, where federal citizenship overrides state citizenship. Option 4. India has no constitutional provision on citizenship, and it is entirely governed by ordinary parliamentary legislation. Think carefully. The correct answer is option 2. India has single citizenship, meaning there is only one national citizenship and no separate state-level citizenship. This was borrowed from the United Kingdom's unitary citizenship model, not from the United States. The United States has dual citizenship, where a person is simultaneously a citizen of the nation and of their home state. Option 3 is wrong because the U.S. model involves dual citizenship. Option 4 is wrong because Articles 5 to 11 in the Constitution directly deal with citizenship. That is it for this video. Next video, we untangle the most commonly confused trio in Indian citizenship law, which is the difference between an NRI, a PIO, and an OCI. See you there.